Sir Richard Charles Nicholas Branson is an English business magnate, adventurer, investor, author, and commercial astronaut. In the 1970s he founded the Virgin Group, which today controls more than 400 companies in various fields. Branson expressed his desire to become an entrepreneur at a young age. His first business venture, at the age of 16, was a magazine called Student. In 1970, he set up a mail-order record business. He opened a chain of record stores, Virgin Records, later known as Virgin Megastores. In 1972, Branson's Virgin brand grew rapidly during the 1980s, as he started Virgin Atlantic Airline and expanded the Virgin Records music label. In 1997, Branson founded the Virgin Rail Group to bid for passenger rail franchises during the privatization of British Rail. The Virgin Trains brand operated the Intercity West Coast franchise from 1997 to 2019. The Intercity Cross Country franchise from 1997 to 2007. And the Intercity East Coast franchise from 2015 to 2018. In 2004, he founded Spaceflight Corporation Virgin Galactic, based at Mojave Air and Spaceport in California, noted for the Spaceship Two suborbital spaceplane designed for space tourism. In March 2000, Branson was knighted at Buckingham Palace for services to entrepreneurship, for his work in retail, music and transport, his taste for adventure, and for his humanitarian work. He has become a prominent global figure. In 2007, he was placed in the Time 100 Most Influential People in the World list in July 2021. Forbes listed Branson's estimated net worth at $5.7 billion United States dollars. On the 11th of July 2021, Branson flew above the US definition of space, reaching a peak altitude of 53.5 miles as part of a test flight for his company, Virgin Galactic. The mission lasted approximately 1 hour. Branson was born in Blackheath, London, to Eve Branson, a former ballet dancer and air hostess, and Edward James Branson, a barrister. He has two younger sisters, Lindy Branson and Vanessa Branson. His grandfather, Sir George Arthur Harwin Branson, was a judge of the High Court of Justice and a Privy Councillor. His third great-grandfather, John Edward Branson, left England for India in 1793. John Edward's father, Harry Wilkins Branson, later joined him in Madras. From 1793, 4 generations of his family were at Cuddalore. On the show Finding Your Roots, Branson was shown to have 3.9% South Asian DNA, likely through intermarriage. Later, he claimed that one of his great-grandmothers was an Indian named Aria. Branson was educated at Scatclough School, a prep school in Surrey, before briefly attending Cliffview House School in Sussex. He attended Stowe School, an independent school in Buckinghamshire, until the age of 16. Branson has dyslexia, and had poor academic performance. On his last day at school, his headmaster, Robert Drayson, told him he would either end up in prison or become a millionaire. Branson's parents were supportive of his endeavors from an early age. His mother was an entrepreneur. One of her most successful ventures was building and selling wooden tissue boxes and waste paper bins. In London, he started off squatting from 1967 to 1968. After failed attempts to grow and sell both Christmas trees and bajaragas, Branson launched a magazine named Student in 1966. The first issue of Student appeared in January 1968, and a year later, Branson's net worth was estimated at £50,000. Though not initially as successful as he hoped, the magazine later became a vital component of the mail-order record business Branson started from, the same church he used for Student. Branson used the magazine to advertise popular albums, driving his record sales. He interviewed several prominent personalities of the late 1960s for the magazine, including Mick Jagger and R.D. Laing. His business sold records for considerably less than the high street outlets, especially the chain W.H. Smith. Branson once said, "There is no point in starting your own business unless you do it out of a sense of frustration." At the time, Many products were sold under restrictive marketing agreements that limited discounting. Despite efforts in the 1950s and 1960s to limit retail price maintenance, Branson eventually started a record shop in Oxford Street in London. In 1971, he was questioned in connection with the selling of records declared export stock. The matter was never brought before a court because Branson agreed to repay any unpaid purchase tax of 33% and a £70,000 fine. His parents re-mortgaged the family home to help pay the settlement. In 1972, using money earned from his record store, Branson launched the record label Virgin Records with Nick Powell. The name, Virgin, was suggested by one of Branson's early employees because they were all new at business. Branson bought a country estate north of Oxford in which he installed a residential recording studio, the Manor Studio. He leased studio time to fledgling artists, including multi-instrumentalist Mike Oldfield, whose debut